Hello guys, it's me, Scottish Productions, and yeah, even though I just recorded a video, well, a Lions video, today we're gonna be having a custom spotlight. I'm not, warning, I'm not trying to rip off Mega Hedgehog X. I'm not trying to rip him off. He's a good YouTuber. Watch his video, please, and subscribe. Yeah, we're gonna be doing a custom spotlight on these guys. Yep, that's right. These are all my customs I've ever made. Well, these are not really customs. I just gave. Actually, Henry is a custom, but Eduardo's not. Yeah, Edward. Also, my nickname for Edward and Toby are Eduardo and Tobias. So I have a habit of saying that actually. So yeah. So yeah, Edward just has his running board, and yeah, Chadsy. And Gordon, Trackmaster 1 Gordon is also, so Talking Gordon's also, custom. So yeah, we're gonna get started. We're gonna go through all of these. It'll be really quick. So first off, here's the red coaches. Now these could be used as narrow gauge coaches or just the red wrench line coaches you see. Yeah, earlier I just repainted their roofs gray because there were scratches on the original paint. Yeah, it's pretty smooth. I did Sharpie on this so it'll scratched up because actually these have a story in the crappy windows. That's why I painted over for this one. I never got to for this one. These were originally Trackmaster 2 Annie and Clarabelle that came with the Red versus Blue Thomas. That Red versus Blue Thomas is probably either hold up. It's probably Donald now, or Jake, or Cameron. Because I know Douglas was made out of Superstation Thomas, and I think Jake was made out of seaweed covered Thomas, and I don't know which one these two were made out of. So, I think this was made out of a Mini Thomas. So yeah. So Red versus Blue Thomas became Donald probably. And I painted these white here and then green here, and I made them express coaches and in black here. But then I peeled off the stickers because I wanted to make them something else, and they look idiotic. So I made these the red coaches. And besides, I already use coaches for the express coaches. I use Connor and Caitlin's coach, and sometimes this coach. That came with Rusty. Yeah, but this is all red Sharpie, but except this is paint and this is paint. Cause I don't know why I paint over this. I paint over this to cover the black Sharpie window detail because they look ugly. This is still Sharpie. It's smooth on all sides because I peeled the sticker off completely on both sides. For this side, I scratched it out. Well, I had to scratch some of it off. I gave this to, like, the end thing you see in the coaches with tape. It's stuck on, yeah. And yeah, they're just small coaches, so these could be used as narrow gauge coaches or the red branch line coaches. So yeah, there's only two of these because the other Indian Clarabelle, the blue ones that came with Wing Thomas are still blue. I'm not messing them up because I could use them for Streamline Thomas and a Streamlining remake if I do that. All right, next up is Cameron. So I was kind of bored and I wanted to create my own character and I had plenty of time on my hands. So I went and got a Muddy Thomas. Well, I got the what's it called? That Soto's Legend of the Lost Treasure Thomas set. The one where he goes in that little net thing with Jig and does a 360 and a 360 spin, whatever. There's a Muddy Thomas that came with this set. I painted it brown, gave it this square and LMS logo. Yeah, my continuity, he's gonna be. I'm trying to look for it. Nope, can't find him. Too bad. Hold up. Yeah, he's gonna be long lost friend with Arthur, because they're both from LMS, and he's gonna be probably saved from scrap, even though he's already introduced to my series. Watch episode 17 to see his introduction. Yeah, so I gave him this disgusting cat detail in this. I gave him the little ladder painted his running board white. It looks ugly. His lamp irons, his lamp yellow. I gave the number 54. And the backlighting is probably my favorite. The lamp is ugly because that's why I stopped doing lamps for Jake. Yeah, he has the lamp. The backlighting is pretty thick. And then his number 54 on the in the buffers. Yeah, no detail here. I did customize the cab windows and then the whistle. Yeah, brown cab. This is pretty smooth. Yeah. I stored this on a super station up there on the Hype Bridge. Yeah, Alvin and Chipmunks. I gave him this napkin. I ripped off a piece of toilet paper and taped it on his eye to make it look like facial hair, like Mighty. My take and play Mighty Mac. Yeah, you could kind of see blue on the edges over here, but it's the best I could do. So yeah, actually I was gonna make this a surprise face Thomas. That's why there's black on the mouth here, but then it didn't work out, and I tried to take it off, and it didn't come out. So yeah, it's Cameron. He's good, but not my best. Here's my favorite one. Well, favorite custom engine, OC. Jake. So he was made from a seaweed covered Thomas. I just remember that for some reason. Yeah, there's a whole reason how he got his black wheels and how Oliver got his green wheels and even how Edward got his blue wheels. So here's the story. Since I got Ryan and Jerome, and the Trackmaster 2 Ryan had purple wheels while the original Ryan didn't. So I took out the Muddy Ryan's purple wheels and gave it to Ryan's, but then now Ryan had an extra pair of black wheels, and Jake had blue wheels because it's made from a Thomas. So I gave Ryan's black wheels to Jake, and I gave Jake's blue wheels to Edward, and I gave Edward's green wheels to Oliver. Oh, that wasn't so complicated. Not. Yeah, okay, so that's how he got his black wheels. Okay, I gave him this red lining on the top. His tanks have coloring. His funnel has gold around it. I kept the sticker from Thomas's windows. I didn't paint over that because it's technically the same. It's the same color, but it's different shades. So, yeah. If you see like this, it's a light blue on the cab because originally this was same. It was blue, but then it came out a different shade. It was actually the same thing. I have proof. And yeah, this is the paint that I use. Oh yeah, this is the paint I use. Craftsmart paint. It's gray. Cause earlier I said that I just got finished redoing their cabs. Yeah. And so, yeah. And then I painted his running board white on the front only. I gotta redo that thing right there. I gave him the number 31. I gave him a front coupling and he'll detailed the front coupling and the buffers. The lamp irons are pretty decent, and his face is actually decent. And I gave him the lining 31. Yeah. So, but when I forgot about this. This is light blue because I gave him a fresh coat of paint. I did a second coat of paint of blue, and then it came out much darker. So I didn't paint over the red lines on the cab. So I wanted to keep him like that. So yeah, that's why they look blue. This looks light blue, while the rest of his body looks dark blue. Yeah, 31. The Thomas type lining. If you can't see that, his wheel arch right there in the black. If you can barely see that. Yeah, whatever. Number 31, the cab detail, the back detail, just like Cameron's. I kind of based this off of Cameron. I gave him much better, less thick backlining than Cameron's. I didn't go overboard. No lamp because of what I said about Cameron. Number 31 on the back, like real steam engines do. I painted this footplate. No, yeah, I don't know. His footplate red. That's why it's bright. It's not the paint Sharpies that I have. Yeah, and I gave him this little ladder. That's the black on both sides. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, and it's right here is blue. Oh, I also on the front I gave him red squares to be like Railway Series accurate. Yeah, I really like how he came out. Oh yeah, he's a free roller. I took his switch and motor out. but he still has a back coupling. Same with Cameron, even though he still has the switch. Next is a custom I finished making about like 2 hours ago or an hour ago. No, like 30 minutes ago actually. My bad. No, actually it's way more. I finished my LBSC custom Thomas. Watch either Trackmaster Tales 25 or 33. He'll say this guy who's in both those episodes because they were Thomas's chat 1 and 2. He'll break the fourth wall and mention how he's an unfinished custom. That's because his wheels were still blue. I had made the custom, but I never got to painting his wheels green. They were still blue. And the cab detail I never did. Yeah, but then I finished it like about 2 hours ago. I gave him the green dot on each side. And I did his cab detail. It looks kind of good. And I gave him the silver 70, the silver LBSC, the wheel arch thingamajig, silver lining, green boiler. I kept the cab detail because I don't care. Same thing on this side, even though it's a little longer. 70, smaller. The face, he's lost 3/4 of this eyebrow, and then yeah, everything with this eyebrow except the dot. Almost cross-dyed-ish, because this is the 2012 Thomas, the only one that I have. It never worked when I was little. Yeah, I also detailed his running board. I painted his running board, his white running board, when I first made him, but then I gave him his lamp irons. I colored it earlier. And his front buffers, his back coupling, the back buffers, and his back lining. I kept this blue, so yes. And kind of custom, but yeah. Now here's Angry Thomas. So this is a big story. First, it was just a classic Thomas with a classic face, no lamp, until I wanted to be creative and make a Thomas before the bridge jump. Like the color spot painted Thomas in Great Race. So originally he had green, yellow, and white paint all over him. And I gave him silver detail as scratches, like on his wheels. Like this counts too, the red on his wheels counts too. Yeah, and like that, and even this. And I even put a little red on top of his buffer to make it look like it was half dented. Yeah, until I just took off all the paint except the leftovers here, and then I painted over the face with actually this gray. Give it eyebrows, eyes, and an angry face. It made it an angry Thomas, and then I super glued this lamp that doesn't have the lenses. And yeah, he's an angry Thomas, so he's a spare. So if I wanted to make this Thomas mad, I couldn't do that with the Playboy model since it's different. I would have to take his top off and then replace his smoke box with this face. So yeah, he's a spare Thomas. Yeah, and look how this one is detailed more. Yeah, he doesn't have the number 1 on the running board, just unlike this Thomas. He has backlining and a painted lamp and back windows. And while the regular one doesn't have backlining or the windows. So yeah, that's good. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for Angry Thomas. Now one of my favorite characters, Donald and Douglas. Alright, so these are going to be the last customs for this part, and yeah. So this, I said, was a red versus blue Thomas, and this was a Superstation Thomas. I only know that. Actually, yeah, I just know that. I can't remember it. Actually, no. This is a Superstation Thomas. This was the red versus blue. I got it mixed up. So, yeah, I can tell because the paint came out so well that you could see the mold over Superstation Thomas's decals. If you could see the one, if you have good eyesight. Yeah, so I painted this whole thing black. The whole thing black. I gave it the number 9. And it has a black running board. And sorry if you hear the ambulance, they always come around here. I gave it gold Sharpie for their nameplates instead of red Sharpie for their nameplates, and then gold for their names like in the TV show. But this is easier for me, so I did red for their names. Yeah, red for their names. and ambulance, go away, and red for the names of their letters, and gold for their nameplates. Seriously. And then I give them actually silver detail. I don't know why. I'm just crazy. And I gave them gold windows and whistles. I don't know why. Again, I'm crazy. And then I gave them white paint. I gave them the Caledonian logo thingamajig. And then I didn't feel like doing red paint and messing it up. So I made the white thicker. I made it big on each side. And then I colored with red Sharpie on the edge of each side of the white, so it looks like it's red paint. And yeah, that's on each side. The nameplates are the same except their names. I gave him the number Douglas, the number 10. Yeah, and here's their tender. So originally I had a Hit Toys Douglas when I was very young, and I wish I had known I did. Apparently I lost Douglas, but not the tender. Wow. Yeah, so this is the actual Douglas's tender for front coupling and back coupling. So, and this was actually a green truck from a scruff that I got, and yeah, I gave it the lining. I said what I did here. I did the same thing here. I and the same thing with the 9. It was kind of dumb, but yeah, back coupling. So this was really Donald Douglas. Yeah, stay tuned for the next part. See ya. Scottish for